So welcome back guys to We Talk Boxing, and in this video I'm going to be talking about the phenomenal fight which took place on the weekend between Chris Eubank Jr. and Conor Benn. I'm just giving you guys my opinion. Now I know this video was a little bit late, but I was pretty much recovering all of Sunday from the event because I went there live to watch it. The atmosphere was unreal. I can't tell you how brilliant the atmosphere was. Some of the fights on the undercard were a little bit disappointing from my perspective, but the main event show fight was electric. And halfway through, we obviously saw the image on screen of Chris Eubank Jr. arriving with his dad, which everyone was like gobsmacked. Everyone was shocked and in awe, like of it happening. Because I said to the people that I was with, I was like, just imagine if that happens, and they were like, nah, it's not going to happen because obviously there's a lot of hatred there, etc., etc. And I was like, yeah, just imagine though if it actually happens, because surely Chris Eubank Senior is not gonna not be there for his son. He's going to want to be there, especially because it's pretty much a grudge match for obviously both families, and they were just like, nah, you're like in denial, it's not going to happen, etc. And then it literally popped up on screen, and everyone's faces were shocked. And then a few moments later, they literally saw, like they showed us Connor and obviously his dad Nigel, like them watching obviously what we saw, and they were like obviously shocked as well. And it just there was a lot of, it just made the event 10 times better than what it was. Do you know what I mean? And then literally when both guys were coming out, like the atmosphere in the whole place was unreal. Like literally as soon as they came out, the whole arena then got full. Up until that point, there were like loads of seats. I was looking around and I was thinking, Jesus, they said it was a sellout, and there's like thousands of seats still available. But everyone was literally at the bars or probably getting food or just chilling or whatever, because everyone came out for that main fight. But yeah, phenomenal fight. Watching it live, I haven't watched it back yet. But watching it live on the night, I thought it was very, very close. Personally, I gave it 7.5. I gave Eubank the last two. I felt that Eubank pretty much, how I was watching anyway, I felt like Eubank got a good lead um, in terms of the first five, give or take. He had a good lead. And then obviously Conor Benn then came back. And then those last two rounds, those championship rounds is what they say, is where Chris Eubank Jr. obviously stole the show. For me, that was. And to hear the scorecards, obviously, was it 116, 112 or something like that? 4 rounds, I thought was just a little bit harsh. But as I said, for me, I gave it by the last 2 rounds. And yeah, phenomenal fight, phenomenal performance. And I was saying to the people that I was with that I felt personally that Junior could have made it a lot easier if he would just stuck to his initial game plan of what he was doing in the earlier rounds. But he literally brought it to Conor. He stood toe to toe with him to kind of show, like, come on then, you said you're gonna do this, you said you're gonna do that. And he didn't break his heart, because Conor's got a massive heart, but he went toe to toe with him. He stood there. He gave him everything. He took some big shots himself, and you know what I mean. Both guys literally fought everything. They left everything in that ring on that night. And the verdict as well at the end, how Junior reacted by falling to his knees, goes to show what the actual event and what that fight meant to him. Like if he would have lost that, certainly it would have been curtains for his career. So yeah, that fight meant a lot, and no doubt, guarantee it meant a lot as well to Senior, um, because Senior would have been a bit nervous in himself because of what he'd done in his career, and if his son would have went out there and lost it, then he probably would have maybe had some sort of grudge against his son again. But yeah, you can see what the fight meant to both families and to both fighters and to both dads. It was phenomenal to see. What was annoying was well sat, there was literally one fan, one woman. She must have been literally um, Chris Eubank Jr.'s biggest fan, because she wasn't even watching the fight and everything like that Conor was throwing. Let's say if Conor made a good connection and she thought it was Chris, she was saying, "Come on, Chris, come on, Chris," and it was just so annoying, like really frustrating, because she just wouldn't sit down, just kept screaming. People would like obviously shouting, come on, Conor," because she was just shouting uh, Chris Eubank Jr. constantly. It was really annoying. But apart from her being an annoying person, an annoying fan, the fight was excellent and well worth the money that I paid to go and watch it. And I do have other friends and saying, "Oh, you wasted your time, wasted your money because Conor is a drugs cheat." But to me, he served his time. You know what I mean? Like, he wasn't banned for the whole time. He obviously had a couple of fights and was fighting against it, but he's done his time. He's had a lot of backlash. He spent a lot of money. He hasn't, you know what I mean? He's lost a lot as well. He's had things said against him and he's done his time. Do you know what I mean? There's people out there that, well, fighters I should say, that have been caught but haven't had as much as what Conor's received, in my opinion. And there's also other athletes, other boxers that are like doping, but they're just not getting caught because they're getting tipped off, or they know exactly when to come off the stuff, and you know what I mean, to allow their body enough time to flush it out. So there are athletes out there that, you know what I mean, are doing it. Conor was just one of these that you know what I mean, he got caught and he got popped, but it is what it is. This is just my initial thoughts. I am planning this week at some point to re-watch the fight. Just want to get a little bit of clarity, just to make sure that obviously that what I felt on the night was a true justification. Because obviously when I was going to the toilets afterwards and obviously on my transport on the way home, people were just saying how close it was. It should have been a draw. Conor should have won. So just for me, I just want to watch it again just to make sure that what I'm feeling, what I'm thinking is the true reflection. But for those that didn't attend the fight and maybe watched it live, or if you did attend the fight, how did you think it went? But if you watched it on TV, how did you score it? You know what I mean? Did you have it maybe like me, 7-2, 7-5, or did you have it a little bit wider, or did you think it should have been a draw? Did you think Conor should have won? As always, let me know your thoughts, because you know what I mean, this was a fight that we will no doubt guarantee remember. It wasn't the best in terms of boxing skill for skill, but what it was a bloody fight, and both guys went in there, they left everything. It was a war. There was a lot of damage taken, big shots landed, no knockdowns, no knockouts, but yeah, phenomenal performance from both guys. But yeah, as always, please subscribe and comment. Bless.